So I built an AI tool that actually audits any landing page in about 5 minutes. All you need to do is plug in your landing page URL, add in your API key and a screenshot one API key, which is totally free, and you will get a really amazing CRO audit delivered to you inside of Google Sheets. This is what it looks like. It's different from all your other generic CRO audits because what's happening here is AI is actually going out and capturing the site on desktop and mobile. So it has screenshots to analyze. Then the AI will build context. It will say, okay, what is this site about? What industry is it in? What are the customer personas that would be buying from this website? So it builds all that context, and then it does some deep analysis. So the AI goes away for each section and thinks, okay, how can I analyze this entire page on desktop and mobile? And then it will generate this detailed report. So this was for actually what I would consider a really good landing page. Clean Digital, which is a local PPC company, and it's delivered this landing page. And the initial part section is from the perspective of their ICP, so a head of performance marketing who's maybe looking for a new agency to work with, and it will actually go through and show them, okay, from this person's perspective, what do they see? I got this idea from a guy called Sam Obrart, who's phenomenal with landing pages. That's his niche. So I've taken a lot of his methodology and plugged it into this system as well. And it just goes through exactly what this person is thinking, what would be deal breakers, why they might bounce, why they might stay. It goes on to show all the potential critical issues that we can see with the landing page, and it'll actually really specific text or buttons that it sees throughout the entire page. It'll look at the hero section, above the fold, any trust gap issues, how it looks actually on mobile, because obviously marketers are usually working on their desktop. They sometimes fail to actually go and look at what the site looks like, the landing page looks like on mobile, and it'll give you a really nice action plan. I built this out of frustration with free tools on the market. Everyone's talking about, custom GPTs that are supposed to do CRO analysis for your whole site. So just as an example, I plugged this one into a custom GPT called Web CRO Analyst. I said, analyze my site and give me a CRO report. And to be honest, it just gave me what I would consider pretty much AI slop. It's only pulling the text from the site, so it can't actually see the visual design. And then it just gives me a ton of really, really generic information. Even said it didn't bother doing a full page speed audit to hear some generic pieces of feedback. That was rubbish. The first analyzer I typed into Google was one that was even worse, to be honest with you. So that's why I built this. Now I'm going to step by step now go and show you how this works step by step with a case study example. So let's dive into that in just a moment. Okay, so I've typed in personal injury lawyers. This is in my local area, and I found this landing page here. So let's just see, is this just the homepage then for this website? Yeah, it is. Okay, so we're gonna take this one and run it through the CRO audit. So we'll go to CRO Sally. Literally all we need to do is just enter the page and start analyzing. Press this button here. We should get a pop-up. Okay, so we can see that the configuration saved and that we'll now be starting our CRO audit. Let's just check our activity. We can see, so the CRO audit has started. The estimated time is 5 to 10 minutes. And you'll actually be able to see here in real time what's going on. Like it's capturing screenshots right now, and then it'll go to extracting content from the website. I'm going to pause here now because this will take 5 minutes to run through. It's very in-depth. Here we can see here that the audit has now completed for this site, Digby Brown, which is a personal injury law firm site. You can see here it's taken a mobile screenshot of the entire site and a desktop screenshot as well. So there's obvious differences. There's a form prominent at the top of desktop. It's not there on mobile. Anyway, let's go into the report. So again, we always start off with the mark test. So AI has generated what it thinks, and now this isn't always going to be accurate, but it's better than nothing. What it thinks will be potential customers. So there's a warehouse supervisor. They look like injury specialists. What do I click to get quick advice? So the AI is trying to, assess what does this customer actually, what are they thinking when they land on this site? So we're not thinking it as marketers, we're thinking it from the customer, and that's what really counts. Their internal dialogue as well. So you can see videos of real clients, good. That was prominent on the the design that we saw here. They seem legit, but I still don't see cost up. Funding is a tile further down. I'd rather see no win, no fee right away. Trustpilot, excellent. That helps. Awards near the bottom, impressive, but I nearly missed them. So this is why this is really different to a lot of the generic CRO stuff. It's actually taking into account the context, the potential customer in here. So we get past the mark test. That was good. Then we get onto critical issues. So the hero headline is broad, experts in personal injury law, and the primary action is an inquiry form. There's no benefit-led CTA copy or immediate value. And it will give you a fix, like a potential fix for all this. So start your free case check, get a call back in an hour, something which is actually going to push you to take an action because you can see a clear, not just inquiry form, and cost reassurance. So it's basically just giving ideas. That's really what I see the purpose of this thing. It's not to go and implement absolutely everything that the AI tells you, but it's so that you can, within 5 minutes, get a really, really good checklist of possible things that you might be able to improve on this landing page. And if you're tired and you don't want to have to go and pay a CRO specialist yourself, at least this will give you the foundations to be able to say, okay, I can clearly see some leaks and faults with this landing page. And that's actually based on some decent visual analysis and not just some random agent GPT thing, which doesn't actually really work or look at the page itself. Above the fold, it does a scoring system. I'm always wary of doing AI scoring systems, but yeah, it's probably better than the no scoring system. Clear but generic, lacks outcomes, locality, emphasis, and urgency. There is a trust gap, so it's showing what it has in terms of trust. It's scored a 7 out of 10, so it does have a trust pilot, multiple award badges, real client stories and videos, which is good, and long-standing history, which is all shown at varying points across the landing page. Here's like some of their awards and whatnot, and it shows like a map of the country. So yeah, I would agree, decent trust signals. But what's missing? Explicit no win, no fee. Obviously, that's probably big trust for a legal service, because everyone just has it in their mind that any legal services might cost a lot of money. So having that no win, no fee a little bit more prominent would help. Fast response promise, maybe a headline or stat about the results and their success rate. So again, it's just raising these ideas and giving an action plan at the end. So yeah, if you want to use this or play around with, happy to give it to you. What I would ask is you just drop me a comment. I don't really want to just make it publicly available for everyone to use. So you just drop me a comment or send me a message and I'll send you the link to test this. You do, as I said, you do need to have bring your own OpenAI key. I use GPT-5 to power this. We are also trying to build a significantly better version of this on ppc.io. So you can go and sign up to the waitlist there. It's hopefully going to be a lot more visually attractive than just a Google Sheet, and it will actually give a lot more feedback, and we'll obviously update it as we go and try to make it the best AI CRO analyzer for paid marketers that we possibly can. But this is a nice free starting point, and you can kind of vibe code it and play with it yourself. I don't plan on making massive updates to this because I'm so focused on our own product, but hopefully some people find it useful.